He wasn't a soldier. He was a contractor, with his teenage son working beside him. Then a drone found them. Along Israel's northern front, Hezbollah's weapons are evolving, faster, smarter, and now immune to jamming. The ceasefire is broken, the drones keep coming, and the war no one's calling a war is killing people. Tuesday morning, 11 a.m., near the Lebanese border town of Aitarun. A backhoe is tearing through what used to be someone's home. The man at the controls is 44-year-old Amer Hujirat, a contractor from the northern Israeli town of Shfaram, hired by a company working for Israel's defense ministry. Then, without warning, an explosive drone comes in and hits the excavator dead on. Hujirat is killed instantly. His 19-year-old son, working for the same company on the same site, is hit by shrapnel and rushed to Ziv Hospital in Saf Ed. Hezbollah claimed responsibility almost immediately, saying its fighters had targeted an Israeli bulldozer in Bint Jbeil while it was in the middle of demolishing civilian homes. The group called it a direct response to what it described as ongoing ceasefire violations by Israel. Hujirat was not a soldier. He was a civilian contractor. And according to reporting by Haaretz, he was one of dozens of civilian workers deployed by Israeli forces to raise homes and infrastructure in southern Lebanon. Some of these contractors receive financial bonuses for each building they destroy. Several had previously worked demolishing Palestinian homes in Gaza. Despite working in an active war zone, civilian contractors who are killed are not recognized as fallen soldiers under Israeli law. The army issued a brief statement saying,
"The IDF and Defense Ministry extend their condolences to the family."
Earlier on the same day, Hezbollah said its fighters had also struck a troop gathering at Alcantara Square and hit a Merkava tank in the same area, all with attack drones. All with what the group described as confirmed direct hits. Hezbollah also released footage of an FPV drone striking an IDF Namer armoured personnel carrier in the town of Contractor in southern Lebanon on April 24th. The drones being used now are not the same ones from the 2024 war.
Hezbollah's use of explosive drones along the Lebanese front came as a major and genuine surprise, and that troops were insufficiently prepared for the threat.
Some of these drones are now running on fibre-optic guidance systems, which makes them essentially immune to electronic jamming. Dozens are reportedly being deployed every single week across multiple fronts. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the situation in a video statement, saying,
"A few weeks ago, I gave a directive for a special project to eliminate the drone threat. It will take time, but we will blow that up too."
Hezbollah also announced it had shot down an Israeli Hermes 900 drone over the town of Contractor in southern Lebanon, using a surface-to-air missile. The Hermes 900 is not a small reconnaissance toy. It is one of Israel's most sophisticated surveillance drones, built for high-altitude, long-endurance missions. Taking one down with a surface-to-air missile is a significant escalation in Hezbollah's air defense capability, and a very deliberate message. Since Hezbollah broke the November 2024 ceasefire on March 2nd of this year, 2 Israeli civilians have been killed in attacks, and 16 Israeli soldiers have died fighting in Lebanon, along with Hujirat. Hezbollah has released a video showing 2 attack drones targeting a gathering of Israeli soldiers in the Lebanese town of Al-Taibeh, with footage capturing an FPV drone directly striking a soldier standing in front of a Merkava Mk4M tank. According to reports, 1 IDF soldier was killed and 6 others suffered injuries in the strike. Around the same time, Hezbollah carried out 3 more attacks across southern Lebanon. Fighters struck a Merkava tank in Alcantara and a military bulldozer conducting demolitions in Bint Jbeil. 2 separate troop gatherings in Naqoura were also hit. The Iran-backed Lebanese group said all strikes achieved confirmed hits. Separately, Hezbollah released footage of 2 more Merkava tanks being struck in May's Al-Jabal, with a D9 bulldozer later called in to tow one of the disabled vehicles. As the strikes mounted, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed senior IDF commanders the same day, acknowledging what he called tremendous achievements in Lebanon, while insisting the campaign was not over. Netanyahu pointed to 2 unresolved threats, 122mm rockets and FPV drones.
There are still 2 main threats from Lebanon from Hezbollah: the Way 22mm rocket threat and the UAV drone threat, and this requires a combination of operational and technological activity. We have concentrated efforts. The Defense Minister and the Chief of Staff are very well aware of this. We are making a major technological effort to solve these problems, and through a combined operational and technological approach, we will resolve them.
Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz, meanwhile, met with UN Special Coordinator for Lebanon, Jeanine Hennis-Plasschaert, and directed his words squarely at Hezbollah's leadership.
Naim Qassem is playing with fire, and Aoun is gambling with Lebanon's future. The fire will burn Hezbollah and all of Lebanon. The Lebanese government must ensure that Hezbollah is disarmed, first of all south of the Litani River, and afterwards throughout all of Lebanon.
Katz warned that if the Lebanese government continued sheltering under Hezbollah, the consequences would extend beyond the group itself. From Tehran, IRGC Quds Force Chief Brigadier General Esmail Qaani dismissed Israeli claims of having degraded Hezbollah.
The heroic resistance of Hezbollah in Lebanon has proven that the narratives being communicated by the child-killing Zionist regime, claiming the end of resistance and the destruction of Hezbollah, are nothing but lies.
The IDF has not publicly commented on the drone casualties or the tank losses confirmed in Hezbollah's footage. Every year, the second most visited Jewish pilgrimage site in Israel becomes something close to a city of its own. Hundreds of thousands climb Mount Meron in northern Israel for Lag BaOmer, lighting bonfires, dancing through the night, celebrating the life of a second-century sage whose tomb draws the faithful from across the world. This year, they will not be going. On April 27th, the country's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu cancelled the mass format of the annual Lag BaOmer festival at Meron, scheduled for May 5th, citing the fragile ceasefire with Lebanon and the continued threat of rocket fire toward the area. The decision followed a wave of Hezbollah strikes that prompted Israel's Home Front Command to restrict gatherings in northern border communities to 1,500 people. Meron sites close enough to the Lebanese border that evacuating tens of thousands of pilgrims quickly under fire was deemed an unacceptable risk. Netanyahu's office laid out the reasoning plainly.
The Prime Minister has instructed that the events marking the celebration of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai at Meron will not take place this year in a mass participation format, but only in a symbolic format. The decision was made because of concern over a mass casualty event, the fragile ceasefire with Lebanon, Meron's proximity to the border, rocket fire towards the area, and the difficulty of evacuating large numbers of participants quickly.
The weight of that decision is considerable. Lag BaOmer at Meron is the Hilula, the joyous anniversary of the death of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, credited with authoring the Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah. His passing is marked not with mourning, but with celebration, honoring the mystical teachings he left behind. Towering bonfires are lit across the country. 3-year-old boys receive their first haircuts at the mountain in a rite of passage observed for generations. None of that will happen at scale this year. Hezbollah has maintained that its strikes are a legitimate response to Israeli ceasefire violations and the continued occupation of southern Lebanese territory. Israel has continued striking Hezbollah targets regardless. Since hostilities resumed on March 2nd, Lebanon's health ministry says around 2,500 people have been killed and close to 8,000 wounded.